Hi my fellow queens, welcome back to my channel. I'm Leorah for everybody who is new, and today I'm going to do the second video in my series Make Up Your Month, which is basically I'm going according to the Jewish months, and the month of Kislev is coming up now, and I'm just every month sharing my thoughts, my word of advice, my wisdom something that I learned or that I want to implement in my life that is sort of has become important to me. And while I'm doing this, I'm doing a get ready with me. Today I'm going to feature this beautiful palette. So I came up with this look, and I hope you enjoy. So stay tuned, it's coming right up. Before you leave in the end, don't forget to like and subscribe, because that would really be great. I want to have you here as part of my tribe. And with all of that being said, I just hope that you'll really enjoy this, and let's get right into it. Hi, okay, so here we go. I'm bare as can be. The only thing I did was moisturizing and all of that beautiful stuff in my eyebrows, and I put a eyeshadow base on. Oh, and I tightlined my lash line. And that's it. So, because that's what I always do first, and I always do my eyes first before I put on the foundation. So that's what we do. And I want to actually, while I'm talking today, I want to feature this beautiful friend who has found its way into my life. Let me just show you this. Look at this. Doesn't it have Leorah written all over it? I mean, really? Instead of Hasina too, it should say here, Leorah forever. I mean, this is, if you can put my soul into colors, into a palette, then that's what it is. Something like that. That's where I am right now. So I've been playing with this palette a lot lately, and there will actually, on my social media, there will be a whole series of looks with that palette, and I think it will probably be mostly on my new Instagram that is dealing with the makeup looks. But anyway, I've not settled on that yet. Anyway, so what I want to do today is, I think, because I'm always going with the flow and sometimes I'm changing my mind, but what I want to do is I want to do a dark look, because I feel these days that like dark looks are really empowering, and I need that power. So I want to do a black and blue and greenish kind of a thing. Or let's see, I think that's the idea, or maybe, yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. So let's just see where this whole look takes us. But what I definitely want to do is the black and the blue. All right, so we're just gonna get ready, and I use this technique. I've mentioned that before. I love doing this taping because it is so, why not using something that makes life easier, right? So even though the other day a different makeup artist who talked to me, she sort of said that real makeup artists don't use techniques like this, but I don't agree. I think, why not using something that makes life easier? And it certainly does make life easier. Let me just check if this is straight somewhat. Okay, I think that's good enough. Anyway, so the month of Kislev is upon us, and what are my thoughts about the month? I don't really have any thoughts connected to that month, but there is something that I want to share with you, and I sort of have to do a bit of a story time and a bit of telling you about what's going on in my life. But I promise you that I'm gonna get back to a thing that I want to get across. Okay, let me just start by putting on the black. Honestly, I think I'm gonna be very brave, and I will go in with the black first. I'm just dapping down my eyeshadow base a little bit. Okay, so I go in with Ash. That's the black shade. Scary, but I'm gonna do this. Anyway, so back to the month. So a lot of things have happened in this last month, and I'm very happy to tell you that actually just a few days ago, I got my diploma, my international diploma, and I am now a certified makeup artist. And this is like, it's all, my whole life is coming together, and it feels so good that I finally have in my hand what I knew the whole time, what I am already. So I'm super, super happy about this. And the whole thing that I want to share with you is in connection with my studies at my makeup academy. So I had to go through a whole 2 weeks of exams, and that's that was really, really intense, because of course I still have to handle my family and my filming, and my social media has really suffered because I've just been posting like here and there in between, and I have no time. Like, I had to prepare photo shoots and stuff like that for my exam, and that was super, super intense, and to work with the models and everything. So what I'm trying to say is I was really, really busy, and I gave it my all, because you know what, when I do something, I really try to give it my all. I'm now going in with Annika, that's the blue shade, and I'm just doing something with it. So I'm not talking much about the makeup. I'm just mentioning the shades maybe, and besides that, I'm just gonna work. So the day of the first exam came, and that was a written exam, multiple choice. It was like 14 questions of multiple choice and 3 questions where you actually had to write out an answer. And so I knew that would be super hard for me, because this exam would be in Hebrew. I knew that would be in Hebrew. And that's not my strongest part. So basically, also the book from whom I had to study was also in Hebrew. So that was not really helpful, because you know, I do read a little bit of Hebrew and I do speak okay Hebrew, but you know, I just couldn't. So I asked them, please give me an English book. They didn't have. Then I asked them, please prepare an English test. They said, okay, we'll do that. Then they didn't. Anyway, so it was all a big, big mess. And the day of the exam came, and basically they told me on that day when I got there that there is not going to be an English test. So I was there, and I couldn't believe it. I sat down, and they gave us a test, and I looked at the questions, and I drew a total blank, a absolute total blank. I had no idea what they wanted from me. I didn't understand the questions. I didn't understand the answers. I didn't understand anything. And there were basically, for every question, there were 4 possible answers, and just to translate the words was absolutely impossible. I asked the teacher what can be done. He said he's not allowed to help. So I was sitting there. The other girls, women, started to write, and you know, whatever. And I was there. I was just looking at the page, and I was frozen in fear and in shock. And everybody who knows me knows that I'm so perfectionist, and I know that I'm knowing the stuff. You know, my teachers have told me that I'm the top of the class. So everybody is also expecting me to know it. And I was sitting there, and I could not answer the questions. And that put so much fear into my system, and I panicked. I so panicked. And then the teacher had a bit of a compassion for me, and just here and there translated a word, so I could maybe from the context get what they were asking. But in general, I was just guessing. I was guessing. And that's not what I do. I know or I don't know. But in that situation, I had to guess, and that was really, really challenging. Anyway, to make a long story short, and I think I'm going to use this shade now, Argan, and just take that on the outer rim here. Let's just see how that goes, because I'm really just going with the flow here. So to make the long story short, I basically ended up just going eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and then doing a check mark wherever, you know. Sometimes I even made 2 check marks. And I knew that doing a check mark somewhere is still going to be better than just just handing in an empty piece of paper. So that's what I did. And I heard the teacher sitting there later, going through the tests and correcting the tests, and he then said to me, sort of in passing, Leorah, you were not even supposed to make two check marks. You were supposed to just have one answer. And I said to him, please just choose the right one and let it pass, because I had no idea what I was doing there. And then he said, well, both of the answers were wrong. So anyway, I knew that this was not my brightest hour there. It was really, really terrible, and I felt horrible. And right after this written exam, we had a practical exam where we had to do makeup on a model with a photo shoot afterwards. And that was sort of, I felt so down about it, but I tried to do my best, and it actually turned out really, really nice. But I, I was a mess, a real mess. And so the whole week after that, I beat myself up about this, and I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it because I just don't like situations like this. So I felt really, really bad and beat myself up, and I just really don't want to fail, because I know this is not fair, because I'm good at this and I know what I know, and and it was just really, really annoying to be in this situation. Anyway, so what I'm trying to get at is that I did not have faith in me, and I did not have faith in God, who really wanted to help me, and who was actually there with me in that situation. And anyway, but I was stuck in this mindset of, oh no, I failed, and yeah, okay, so I'm not going to fail the whole test or anything, because I knew that my practical side would be so good that I would be, there was no way that I'm not going to pass. But anyway, I knew this would bring my whole overall grade down, and that really, really bugged me, because of course I wanted to be the best, and la la la. Typical Leorah, being totally uptight about everything. Now, a few days ago, when we actually got our diploma, the same teacher was there who was there on that day of the written exam. And he handed me my diploma, and it was really, really sweet. And I had no idea that would be happening. I got an additional diploma, not a diploma, but like a document for exceptional achievements, which really blew my mind. That was so nice and special, and yay. So I was so proud of myself. And then after the whole ceremony, I went up to him and said, listen, tell me, how bad was that exam really? Because I really, to get closure, I need to know what happened on that day. And he told me then, Leorah, listen. And he sort of pointed at my diploma that was in my hand, and he said, Leorah, that's what's important. You passed, and just let it go. If you would have failed, I would remember this, So he said, just let it go. And what I want to get across with this is that God was here with me all the time, and he was taking care of me, and I really had no reason to worry. The whole time I had no reason to worry, but I made myself crazy, and for something like 1.5 weeks I was miserable because of that. And that's not what God wants for us, really. He wants us to be in our best place, and he wants us to believe in ourselves, and to believe that he has the best interest for us in on his mind. And that is really something I need to learn, because I always go to that place, or like really, really fast, I go to that place of beating myself up and thinking that, Leorah, you didn't do well enough, and you didn't do this good enough, and that good enough. And I just really need to learn that for myself, that it's fine. And even if I'm not 100%, it's fine. So that is really something that I want to take in this new month. So where am I going with all this? Yeah, so that's really what I need to learn, that I want to have more trust in God, and actually in normal life situations, you know, not just when you're focused and when you're in a good place, but in a place of panic and a place of you're not balanced and you have no knowledge and you don't know what to do, that I will actually draw my strength from God and just trust him, because he has given me talents and he has given me knowledge, and I just need to trust him. Yes, I have to do my best and I have to, you know, study and all of these things, because I do believe that there is, like, we have a responsibility too, but I do not need to rely on my own strength all the time. And that is so comforting. It is scary in a sense, because I'm very much like that. But it is sort of also comforting, and it takes a lot of pressure out of my life to know that in the end, when the day is done, it's not about me, and it's not about what I can do and what I can think up in my head and what I can come up with on ideas, like for my YouTube or for anything. It's not about that. It's really about what God has in store for me, and I know he has good things in store for me, because he has thoughts of love for me. So that's basically what I want to take into this new month, that awareness, or I'm trying, that awareness that God has thoughts of love for me. So initially I had thought I would put this shimmery green on my eyelid, but I do sort of think that I want to go with the blue. So I'm taking the minor shade, this one here. So it's going to be a much darker look than I even had intended, but that's fine. And I'm just going to do that with my finger, and I'm just going to dab this on and see where it takes me. Going new places, Leorah. So what's going to happen now in my life is that I am in January, beginning or like the first third of January. I don't have exact dates yet. I will start doing a masterclass. Wow, look at this. I will start a masterclass in my makeup academy, which will take something like 2 months or 2.5 months. And after that, I will do a special effects makeup class, which is also something like 2 or 3 months. And in addition to that, I will, at the end of January, start my Media Pro. And I have mentioned that a couple months, it is probably now, ago, that I have been chosen to go to this program where basically the best 14 of the country are chosen. Whoever applies gets chosen, and then you basically start working with television and with fashion shoots and stuff like that. So I'm going to be really busy. Anyway, wow. I mean, really? Seriously? I just love it. I love these dark colors. Is it the season, or what is it? I'm so into these bold looks these days that it's like not normal. I just could go crazy every single day. Huh. If you don't like this, then just wait, because usually the looks look so much better instantly as soon as you have eyeliner on and mascara. So don't worry about it, but I even like it now already. Just wait. I have no idea how this is going to come across on video, but this looks really nice. Like in real life, it looks so nice. I'm just putting on a little bit of this, this, this highlighter here under my brow bone. It's from the BH Cosmetics Desert Oasis palette. and it's called Serenity. And yeah, so I'm really, really blown away by God's love for me, really. I'm really blown away because it's sort of, I had no idea that in real life, it's more than just on paper. It's in real life that I feel his dedication for me, and and I think the only thing I can do is live my best in this, and be dedicated to him too, because it's sort of like a love relationship, right? So it has to go both ways, and I know he believes in me, and I know my husband believes in me. I know my children believe in me. They're really, truly my biggest fans. They think I'm a superstar, and that is so cool. So I just need to start seeing myself the way other people see me, or the way God sees me. Wrong palette. um, Anyway, so that is what I need to learn. I need to just be more trusting, and just see myself through God's eyes. I think that's basically what I'm getting at. And maybe you have a lesson in this too. I don't know. I really hope so, that that all of this was of some benefit to you. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to finish up my face, and then I'm going to come back with my final thoughts. Okay, after only 200 years, I have completed my eye look. Excuse me. I have put on the lower lash line. I did use this jade that I initially wanted to put on my eyelid, and blended it out again with the Anika that I also have for blending out the smoky end. So I think this is really stunning. I just have to now do the contouring and the blush, and then we're basically done. So I'm so happy and confident about this look. Sometimes I can't believe myself. You know, there is also a lesson in this. um, when I talk to my very best friend, we do our own private get ready with me's, and we sort of talk to each other while I'm doing my makeup. And I always say to her, oh, this is the point at makeup application where I feel like a circus freak. That's always in the beginning when I start putting on my eyeshadows. And it's sort of, sometimes it makes me feel like I want to just take it all off, and I don't know. And you know, she always encourages me, and she says, you know, just keep going, keep going, keep going. And she's right, totally, because it always comes together. I know it always comes together in the end, and in the end, I always love it. So, so sometimes you just have to trust the process, you know, even if you feel very insecure in the beginning, but you have to trust the process, because that is basically also what we have to do in our relationship to God. Sometimes we don't understand what's happening. Sometimes we don't, most of the time, we don't see the end result or where we are going or all of these things. Most of the time, we just have to put one step in front of each other, to are you really? Um, Sometimes we just have to keep going without knowing where this is going to take us. And that is scary, but that's okay. It's okay for us to react like this. It's okay that we have those emotions because we're humans. But this is where God comes in. This is where he wants to have us, you know, grab for his hand and lean back into him and say, okay, I can do this. I don't understand this. And I don't know where, you know, where I'm going and where this is going to lead me. But I know that you know. And that's the important thing. And then just, you know, in trust and in faith, go forward and continue with our lives. And yes, do the best we can, but with a heart full of trust and knowledge that God will take care of us and that he'll work things out for us. And I think this is such a comforting message that has so much to do with makeup. Okay, blush is done, highlighter is done. lip gloss is done. By the way, this is new in the drugstore in Israel. It's from Jade, and it is the Fire Opal. I'm so in love with this one. I love this whole series of the Crystal Lights. Is it called Crystal Lights? Yeah, Crystal Lights lip glosses, but this is my absolute favorite. Love it. Okay, my final thoughts about this palette. It's great. It's great if you're not scared of colors. I don't see a whole lot of neutral looks that you can do with this, but honestly, why not? Like this is the life. This is my best life I'm living with this palette. I'm still recovering from my cold, so that's why my voice sometimes gives way a little bit. Anyway, so Blush Tribe, very, very well done. Leorah, very well done. So, oh, wait, my voice. I'm feeling good. I'm much better. Don't worry about me. It's fine. Loving this, and I'm just looking forward to like whatever they're coming out with, because these indie brands, they are getting the message, you know, that nobody needs another 100,000 palettes of shades of beige and brown. I don't need this in my life. They're like, even a person who only applies those kinds of colors needs just one palette, you know. So this is what we need, you know. Anyway, so I'm really, really excited about this, and there are 1,000,002 looks that you can come up with just using this one palette, and I love it. Anyway, so what I want you to do is to have an awesome day, and I want you to sparkle. And it's, you know, we're going into this darker time of the year because, you know, it's just darker outside, and I just want you to have this light with you, that like imagine that you have a candle in your hand all the time, and that there is a light on your way, and you do not need to know everything right now. You do not need to figure out everything, and you also do not need to be your own light, because God wants to be the light on your way. So I think that's it for today. This is my my word for the month of Kislev, and I hope you enjoyed. And if you do, please let me know. Please subscribe to my channel if you are not yet. If you like the content, I will be happy to have you here as part of my tribe. And it's just really my happy zone that I'm living my best life here. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed as much as I did. Filming this took literally like 1.5 hours. But I hope this is going to come out okay once I've edited the whole thing. I hope to meet you again here, same place, almost same time, on Monday, when I will, God willing, upload my next wrapping tutorial for Rapunzel. And yeah, besides that, I just hope you'll have an awesome time. Try some new makeup if you want. And if you can, you know, just let what I said sink in and see if it makes any sense for you, if it helps you in anything. I would really, really love that. And besides that, hugs and kisses. Bye.